Hello, this is DJ Room, vlog 13. 10.
No matter how random things might appear, there's still a plan.
There's a lot to get through this time because one album I missed before. Gary Carr, who's one of the members of the Corridors from Israel, alternative rock band, indie rock band, whatever you want to call them. He sent me a message and said, "Oh, Judge, you like the album?" I thought, "What album?" I completely missed the link. So this is called "The Motion of the Wheels" by the Corridors from Israel on Bandcamp. So there you go. And this is released now, I think. 10-track album, so you can get it on any format you like. I've done about a CD. I'll show you an image of the band. There's still Corridors live, a particular gig. So that's I thought that came out of the way because I completely forgot. Oh yeah, I missed it. But I'll be playing 4 tracks off the album out of 10 tracks. It's usually between 18 and 22 songs I play on a 2-hour show. I only, obviously, at the moment, I only play broadcast 1 on Thursday night now. The next guys are kind of like punk, comic, kind of like Dog Food or Dog Do Bar Band, I keep forgetting the name of it too. Biscuithead and the Biscuit Badgers, they got a track released coming out called Cheese, which I got the track of. I'll be playing that on the show. This is their Facebook. There is a website, it's called biscuitmusic.co.uk. Any links to bands will be in the description below. Any links at all, Facebook I mentioned or whatever, or Twitter. If I forget anybody and I add afterwards, like a Facebook or even Mixcloud or something, I will put everything below so you can listen to it or listen to music. If I mention a track, if they got it up on there as a demo or something, or I don't know every bit of information per band, because some stuff's coming from Manila PR, some stuff hasn't. So I'll put the links down below. Before I get to anything else, thanks to Lisa Allen for doing my poster for me for the vlogs. The link for her My Metal Madness, which is a company she's with, they go to fairs to sell metal objects, will be below as well. So thanks to her for doing that as always. The next one is quite a nice track as well, called The Suns. That's the Suns, the band. And the track I got to play, because I got an album come out which is called Heading Into Land. And the track I've got, because I've only got one track, which is called I'm Not Happy. So there's an album out, but I've got a track I'm Not Happy to play, and really good sound. So check them out when you get a chance. I'll put the link in the description obviously below, because I've got their homepage, their website and Facebook link to. I've got my patio. Now the next one, going pretty fast because there's quite a few to get through, is one I had originally, the first one I got into, because the first one I picked up really. Irish artist. Now I forgot it's completely wrong or completely. Eoin GLackin. So it's spelled E-O-I-N. I don't know how you pronounce his name actually. It's Pretty Girl EP. 4 tracks. Now I thought it was acoustic to start with, just acoustic, but Pretty Girl and Morning Take are sort of easy is acoustic, but then it goes like a full band, so we've ride it out and Rain Finally Came. So the first 2 tracks on the EP which I'm going to play are acoustic, and the second 2 are like full band. Kind of a fan thing, but it's kind of a cross between his musician page and a fan page as well. I thought, well, is there 2? Because I thought, because every sometimes splits their Facebooks or websites. Some of that comes up with a fan page and is an official one, but by looks of it, this is actually just mixed together, so you got both in one place, which is a pretty good idea actually. You got a very cool website as well. Now this next one was quite interesting. Jazz actually, kind of like it's not Chris Isaac. I can't remember. There's no Chris. It does more Frank Sinatra stuff. Chris Isaac is a bit different stuff, more pop. But I got this guy from Manila PR. First time I had a jazz artist actually. Don't many get me jazz like some stuff. Kevin Ahart, if his name is correct. Now I didn't know this was an album until I looked on the sleeve, because I get a press release of every single CD from Manila PR, sorry. The World My Love I got as a single, I thought, but an entire album here. And it's all like lounge jazz, very nice. Some more upbeat. Ain't No Sunshine, which is a cover. This is Facebook for more information. First for everything. I wasn't going to play this originally because I sometimes reject stuff, but very rarely. Kind of the first time actually undenied about something. But this is actually quite interesting in terms of remixes. I'm only going to play the radio edit once because it's a bit. I like it, but depends who else likes it. I might have Broken Your Heart by Flaunt, American producer. He goes along emotions through beats and stuff. And this is the sleeve of the single. I'm assuming this is what they can use as a design. Now, I was going for the remixes. There's remixes on this. It's like a radio mix. The radio mix is quite out of the ordinary. It goes from one thing to another. It's not all the same all the way through like a normal dance song. I was going for the remixes. There isn't anything really that jumps out at me. But the one that does jump, which is quite cool actually, it's kind of reminds me of a garage track, two-step, is text dub. So I'll be playing on that. I'll be playing the radio edit and text dub on that. It's Jeff Appleton. Now he got me through iSynth, Andy J's website. So thanks to Andy J for putting me on there in the first place, and thanks to Jeff Appleton. He's kind of the first artist I know of that's actually seen my link. I think my link's to Mixcloud he put. It changes sometimes, but my website is radiovarietyShow.webs.com, which is I'll tell about in a minute. So Jeff Appleton sent me his album, and very electro, very eclectic. I was actually quite taken back how eclectic it was. Some stuff reminds me of Lead Neggin, kind of ambient, some more dance. Very good indeed. And the first track on it, very 80s, is very kind of cool modern 80s style. So this is Facebook, not a musician thing, which I was surprised with. But I get more information as I go along. Hopefully enough tracks, maybe 3, depends how much time I've got. Do clunk of artists in one go. But I'll put all the information down on, including iSynth, Andy J. He's been promoting me quite a lot, so thanks to him. He caught me through Twitter. I think he's been to a lot of electro gigs. So that's the main bulk of the new stuff I'll show you. So that's all there. All information will be below each artist. Now to a few things I've been playing recently. I've gone back on. They're really good. The first one I finally found them. Left Side Brain. For some reason I had the CD, but I can't find the CD case. I don't know where it's gone. I actually found this original on my hard drive because I nearly enough lost it last week when I tried to do my show. And but Left Side Brain are a band I think in Bristol, I believe. They're on Sugar Shack Records, so I know them for a while. I used to get stuff from the label, obviously things communication. I've never heard from Left Side Brain, the band, and the EP Surface Tension from 2004. I had it on my hard drive. I've got the CD somewhere. I just can't find it. 4 tracks from 2004. They're still going, and I was actually quite surprised because some bands, obviously, whatever for other reasons, some do keep going and that. But Left Side Brain, 4 musicians. I I forgot they're good with their vocals. You know, 2 of them sing per line and that, and there's 3 guitarists. And I'll be playing. I can't remember which song it is. I'll be playing the next track of the EP. I'll focus on that, and there's 4 tracks only on the EP Surface Tension, so I'll play the next track. So far I've played Fallout, which is the top track. The second track was Figures, and I'll be playing the third track. I said it annoys me I haven't got a CD case. It's weird. The next band is Red Lizard. I mentioned them not on the previous 2 blogs, but the last blog, which is blog 12, I forgot the CD case was somewhere. But this is the In Your Face CD, which has been out a while, about a year. I played If You Know Love, and She Wants to Be Free. I'll Push It Baby was the last one I played because I kind of played them in the wrong order. But deep down inside I'll be playing next, which is quite cool. A few of them have been through the chart when the top 20 chart music already was around. This is the CD, it's still around. I've got a few copies if anybody wants to buy one through the band. You got Marco, Patrick's the one of the most prominent, as well as Elvis on Facebook. The next CD I've been going through a few. I've been playing a lot of Tom Waits, a lot of people know I'm a big fan of Tom Waits' sound, very poetic. I played Somewhere and Red Shoes by the Drugstore, and Christmas Card from Matt Hooker in Minneapolis, which I did play that particular track. I'll put it as a bonus track on the last podcast because I ran out of time. The next track I'll be playing, off Blue Valentine, Tom Waits. It's going to be Romeo Is Bleeding. So this is a reissue from 1978 on Electro Records. I said the same label as a Doors, I didn't know, but I didn't realise how long Tom Waits has been going. But I'll play another track off that. going back to The Blessing that I've been playing quite a lot. Going back as it means I've played all 4 albums. I've gone through every single album of The Blessing. I went through Portishead first because I played 3 albums, but that's all they got. But I didn't play the live one because it's just like a compilation. Then I went to the Get the Blessing because the rhythm section of Portishead, the drummer and I think the bass player are from Portishead. And I've now run out to Get the Blessing. So I thought, well, what to do next? But this is actually related. I bought this off through Amazon. No, I'm not affiliate or anything. I just bought it because I didn't even buy the album when it first came out for some reason. I bought the track, which was Tom the Model, which was a 7-inch single. I no longer got that. But this is Beth Gibbons and Rusty Man. And Rusty Man is from the band Tortor. And this is rather melancholy. It's kind of got Beth Gibbons. It's got Beth Gibbons on all the tracks because she's from Portishead. You'll recognise her instantly. But this is Out of Season album, which I've been playing for the next couple of weeks. It's for some reason I never bought this when it came out. It's quite odd because the single cover's got kind of the same design. But that's the album I'm going to play next. Now I was going to jump to a particular band, but I realised I played last week. Going through the playlist like I've done before, so you get an idea of what I play and kind of what order. Christopher I always mention because he's on the top of my show because he's given me a jingle last year. I love the jingle. I actually added Young One's sequence from when Motorhead played on there. So to the station music, so I used that. And for some reason there's a line from the 18 film which I used as well. It's a speech, not great. It was obviously the jingles aren't long, but I added that. So that's always at the beginning of my show. I'm playing Black Dog Cat, start to hand. Open show Artist for July. Soul on Fire, which is the first track I played. Andy Pickford, I'm always playing his stuff, very ambient, not trip hop, but very ambient experimental music. Black Dog Hat, Just Out of It, which I've played before many times, but this is the studio version. Play that all the way through the voiceover. Laboratory 5, the first 4 tracks. This is Sector 7 off the new album they've got. Roy, who is under as a duo, not just him, someone else as well. It's really like drum step, they call it. Brilliant album. I love the darkness, I love the heartbeats. Now, coming to this band, I was going to mention before I did the playlist, was the Shambolics have returned, The Death of Me. There's 4 tracks here I played in total, and I actually got a note from Al, who's actually the singer, one of the guitarists. There's actually 3 members, including the drummer and Lee, the guitarist. I actually got quite a response from when I played, so they gave me website space. So I'll be putting up a kind of a new layout website when I get the hang of it, because I haven't done website pages for ages, but apparently John Green's going to help me out. He's a guy that listens in quite a lot. Or John Rand, I think. But that's Death of Me, that's the first track I played. Now Get the Blessing, I just mentioned a jazz band from Bristol, rhythm section from Portishead, playing Numbers. Now this is from Lope Antelope. This is the last ever track I'm going to play. I'm just going to go back obviously to albums. I like the bands, I'm always playing them. But of course, Beth Gibbons' Rusty Man album is going to be next. Karina K, I played at 8:30. Road to My Soul, very nice track too, played that. Red Lizard, Pushy Babe, which I played. I'm going to play the next song on the other track, new EP. Naked Lunch Alone, which is the second, which is a remix, bipolar remix. It's a 4-track remix EP being released called Alone 2. The guy behind the remixes is Jeremiah Saint. I didn't play any Jeremiah Saint the last time like I was planning to because I ran out of time. But I'll be playing the next remix on the next show because there's 4 tracks. So playing that. Laboratory 5, the second track, Sub-Level 7. Shambolics, after that, Evil Gum. Lucky Face is a track I got from on the previous log, you'll know. A Fine Line, which is Radiohead. Prana Fallen, which is an American rock band. I've done a review on the album from not Texas, I can't remember. I think it's Arizona. I think got that probably wrong, totally wrong. But Christopher requested the track, so I play at present time. And Johnny from the band was quite surprised because he just listened anyway. And I'll play a track from Jet Noir. Now Jet Noir isn't really doing any solo stuff at the moment, but there is a hint of it coming back. I'm not quite sure. Deep Dark Place is what I played. I still got their Emotional Chess album, which I've had for a while. That's what she had originally for a release, but she pulled it out because obviously she's now, if you didn't know, she's now one of the members of Naked Lunch. Laboratory 5, Into the Unknown, one of my favourite tracks off the album as it happens. I'll play that last, or second from last. Shambolics, Home Alone with Methadone. I just love that track title. Left Side Brain, figures I mentioned earlier, indie rock band from England. 6875, they've got their home on on radio variety show. I played the rest Stand the Right off their album Stand the Right. Lean again, who I played for a guy called Adam. He's a Polish guy. I say that because he's from Poland, but he's been travelling quite extensively all over the world. I think at the moment he's in South Africa. I'm not entirely sure. He's after telling me that. I'll play Stay. I'll play Just Saying, which is off the new album, The Chronicles of Cheese Volume 5. The second track, kind of dancey. The Shambolics, the last track, Here to Rock. Laboratory 4, the last track I played, which is automatic, which features Eoin Plasma sorry, got that wrong. So it's automatic featuring Eoin Plasma Incineration. I couldn't get it out. I'll just read that back. And I'll play a Black Dog Out. The last track was Just Out of It, which I played in full. And for the bonus track for the podcast, because I couldn't play it live in time, was Tom Waits' Christmas Carol from the Hook of Minneapolis. And of course, Chris Safel I'll play sometimes if I get a chance to. So that's all the playlist. I'll be playing all these new tracks on the next one, so you get a run down the playlist as we go. And depends what I can fill in. I only picked the beer again, so there's some more cool stuff. 2 Twitters. Jonny Cooke, of course, he appeared in October 2013 on my radio show, us on this particular channel, and the 2-hour podcast. But this is his Twitter. She's always putting up comments from major people or events, Mark Twain, Martin Luther King, that kind of thing. So that's mainly her Twitter. #CV, no idea, but I thought I'd mention him anyway. They follow me. He liked in accounting. You never know who might want an account. You never know. James Tranter, aka James Tranter. At aka James Tranter, aka as AKA. That's his Twitter. Dean Baker, who's in Galhad and Cloak band. He's always on Twitter he's always on Facebook quite a lot. That's his Twitter. He followed me the other day. Many thanks everybody for listening in on my radio shows recently. The last one was quite a fan base filled with the Shambolics, and they got quite a reception of that. But yeah, a bit later I'm always doing his weekly vlogs. This is the first time I'm actually watching one of these, by the way. This actually for submissions I get from my radio shows. I share them on these vlog series. You can go back and watch them. There's another 12 behind this one. I link them all. I try to anyway if I don't forget. Everybody I mentioned, Twitters, bands, Facebooks, anything related, or SoundClouds I mentioned below description. This will be recorded better because I've got a microphone above. You never know. So many thanks for watching and listening to the vlogs.
Hi, we are The Lost Will Follow, and you're listening to DJ Reedman's Variety Show on Music World Radio.